What's up, guys? It's episode 291. Welcome back to the show. What's up? Welcome back to the show. It's Jacqueline. Hi. I haven't done this in a while, so we're gonna do something new today. Well, it's not even new. I've done this all the time in the past. We're gonna do, let me type it in, a BuzzFeed quiz. Yeah, we're gonna do a quiz on BuzzFeed to pass the time, to get me through this episode. As you know, maybe you don't know, I committed on September 4th, 2020, I committed to podcasting 7 days a week for 1 year. And it's been a struggle. I've been talking recently about my journey, and I'm currently struggling. So I'm feeling like keeping it light, keeping it fun, keeping it, maybe it's going to be goofy. I don't know what this quiz is going to be about, but usually these BuzzFeed quizzes are kind of stupid and goofy. So that's the kind of mood I'm in today. I haven't found one yet, so we're going to find it together here on BuzzFeed.com. BuzzFeed. The reason I do these, honestly, it's kind of a cop out because I let the quiz guide me through the episode versus me coming up with stuff to talk about on my own. But the reason I really like doing these is I end up telling a lot of stories, and it gets me talking about things that I don't normally think about. So let's go to the quiz section here. Again, I haven't found one yet. Eat at this all-day buffet, and we'll tell you which U.S. city you need to visit. Food quizzes are fun. Cater a wedding off the kids menu to find out when you will get married. That's kind of fun, using a kids menu. Here, let me keep looking. Are these the popular June ones? I think they are. If you read less than half of these classic books, then I might be judging you. If you've read less than half of these classic books, I don't want to do that because I'm going to get judged, and I know I'm going to barely answer any of those or barely click any of those books. I only read classic books that I had to in school. I didn't read classic novels for fun. It was only if it was only for like book reports and if it was assigned to me to read. Cater a food menu. There's a lot of catering ones in June here. Cater a food menu, and we'll give you a country you actually belong in. That might be fun. I do have a travel bug, and that kind of looks exciting to do. I'm curious, what kind of friend are you? Friend quiz. Shop till you drop, and we'll reveal your celeb soulmate. Is this annoying because I haven't picked a quiz yet, or like I didn't come with a plan today? Like I didn't plan on which one to do. I'm going to do the cater a food menu, and we'll give you a country you actually belong in. This will be interesting, actually. Let's start with breakfast. First question. Fruit smoothies, churros and chocolate. Excuse me, churros and chocolate cake. Okay. Flatbread with cream, yogurt, bacon and egg sandwich, porridge, or pastries. Fruit smoothies, I have a story to tell. There is a moment, or there is a phase in elementary school, or during elementary school, where I think this was when Costco first got built in my town, and they would do those blender demonstrations of yeah, I think this was it. I think we ended up buying a blender from Costco, like a smoothie blender, And up until that point, I think we just had a food processor. Like, I don't think my parents drank smoothies, or we didn't really drink smoothies or have a blender like that. So it was our first one. And we went through a phase of making smoothies before school every single morning. And we would buy a bunch of frozen fruit at Costco in the freezer section, and we'd buy bananas and peanut butter. And I don't think we would put, like, my mom would sneak in spinach and kale and stuff, and then I don't think we added like protein or anything, but oh my god, and I think our milk, we would just use 2% milk to like make it thinner or whatever. We wouldn't use water, we'd use just milk. And I grew up with 2% milk, like that's what we drank, and then I converted, like obviously I just drink almond milk now. Not in a glass. Like I never just pour myself. Does anyone do that? Does anyone out there who drinks almond milk in their? I feel like coffee people do that in their lattes and stuff. Do people out there just drink almond milk as a side beverage to their like dinner? Like, because growing up we would have a glass of milk with dinner or lunch or whatever. Like you'd have that on the side to drink. But I never do that with almond milk. That's strictly for coffee or cereal. That's interesting to think about. But anyways, but yeah, we had a fruit smoothie phase. But back to the question. I got to pick a breakfast. And whatever I choose, whatever options or whatever answers I choose will tell me this quiz will tell me which country I belong in. I mean, I'm just going to go with my heart. Cake for breakfast, bitch. I don't know. I've been eating a lot of yogurt bowls lately. There's nothing like a croissant and a coffee. I'm going pastries for breakfast. Is that? Yeah, I'm going pastries. I don't care. Pick some lunch. Next question. Hot dogs, lobster, Greek salad, poutine, butter chicken, kebabs, paella. It's got mussels on it. Or barbecued meat. Pick a lunch. I feel like this is kind of obvious. Like if I pick the Greek salad, it's like, oh, you should move to Greece. Or poutine, it's like, go to Canada. Which country I belong? And then butter chicken, maybe that's like, oh, India. Why does barbecued meat sound really good? Out of all of these options, I just want some fucking meat on a grill. I don't know. Kebabs are great. I'm gonna go kebab. Kebab. I'm going kebab. Pick some dinner. Okay. Next question. Is this short? I think this is kind of a short quiz. Great. Short quiz. Short quiz means we're going to have a short podcast. I'm going to get you guys in here and out real quickly. I'm going to shuffle you through, shuffle you out. It's kind of my new style here on the show. I've been doing a lot of short podcasts, and it's kind of fun. It's kind of like a little appetizer for your day. You don't need a main course from me anymore. I've dished out 290 some episodes now. We're done with the hour plus episodes. I think I've approached 2 hours before alone, talking to myself for that long. So we're doing little bite-sized podcasts now. And because I'm also just like, holy shit, I've been podcasting 290 days in a row, and I'm approaching burnout. Pick some dinner, Jacqueline. Okay. Chicken wings, lasagna, brochettes, ratatouille, I don't know that word, fish, tandoori chicken, soup, fuck no, we all know my opinion about soup, or potatoes with sauce. Pick a dinner. Oh my god. What are brochettes? Is that like chicken on a skewer? I bet that's from Brazil. That looks like a Brazilian dish. Fish. See, y'all know my opinion about soup. I've ranted about it enough. I won't say it again, but I'm definitely not picking soup. Potatoes with sauce for dinner. You just eat potatoes with a sauce on top. I'm into that. Are there countries out there that just eat potatoes and sauce for dinner? Maybe you have a salad on the side, but like what? I don't know why that looks funny. The picture's kind of funny. Ratatouille. I need some meat going on in my dish. Lasagna looks bomb. Chicken wings looks great. I'm going potatoes with sauce. Something about it sounds good right now. I'm going with my heart. That sounds great. Pick some dessert. Next question. Greek yogurt. Okay, that's not dessert, but whatever. Tiramisu. Ice cream. Chocolate cake. Crepes. Donuts. Macarons. How do you say that? Macarons. Or cheesecake. I have an opinion about donuts for a dessert. Like, eating, like, okay, let's say we go out to dinner, or no, we just eat dinner. Doesn't matter if we're out to dinner or we're eating in. And then after dinner, we eat donuts for dessert. That seems wrong. Like, to me, donuts are a morning food only. Like, not a post-dinner, not as a dessert. Not as a dessert. Not even a little gourmet donut hole with fucking Nutella at a fancy restaurant. Like, you know how you see those sugary donut hole things sometimes at restaurants and they have the little chocolate sauce dip it in after? No. I also don't want a churro. No, I don't want a churro. I've never been a fan. It's not that I don't like them. It's just that it's just not, it kind of, churros to me are missing something. Like, I want a funnel cake, or I want an elephant ear. I want it flat. I don't want it in a tube. If I'm eating something in a tube, it's wrapped in a fucking, it's a hot dog product. It's a sausage product. Anything tubular that's not sausage is not okay. Like, what's a food that's like, wait, actually kind of good? That's a tube. I've been eating a lot of zucchinis lately, so I can't say that. But like a dessert item on a stick, in the form of a like a churro. I don't know. It doesn't sit right with me. Pick a dessert. I'm looking here, and I'm honestly leaning towards ice cream or tiramisu, because I just had some amazing tiramisu up in Washington. Tiramisu. My go-to is ice cream. Like, I have to go with my heart, and I feel like that's what it wants. So we're going ice cream. Pick something to drink. Coffee, tea, water, cocktails, beer, juices, white wine, or red wine. Okay, well, we all know I want coffee all the time. Every day. So, but I'm eating, what am I catering for myself here? Well, I'm catering a food menu. Well, we're eating fucking, what did I choose for dinner? Or I picked a kebab. Oh my god, we're eating kebabs and potatoes and ice cream. We're having fucking beer. I'm not drinking white wine with that. I'm not drinking a cup of tea with that. I'm drinking fucking beer. I gotta curate my menu here. I gotta do this the right way. I'm not just gonna, I don't want this to feel random. I want this to flow. So we're drinking beer. Finally, pick a view to have while eating. You guys can't see these pictures, so I'll explain them. Pick a view to have while you're eating. So we've got a mountain range, and there's a river. It's a bunch of green, fluffy tree looking mountains and a river going through it. It's like a valley picture. And then we've got, definitely that's Greece because of the white building, and the view, I know that is Greece. We've got, so this is literally like, just pick the country you want to move to. Like these are all places in the world. So the other one is a bunch of glowing buildings that kind of look Moroccan-y, if that makes sense. Like they kind of have pretty shaped windows. Next image, I don't know where in the world this is, but it's giving me like the mountains are the color of the Grand Canyon, but the mountains are not shaped that way. They're shaped like mountains, and it doesn't even look dry, but there's like a bunch of water. There's a lake. Where is this? I don't know. We got the middle of a desert with a bonfire. That looks like something they do in Dubai. We've got definitely Bora Bora. Bora Bora, I know that's Bora Bora. This is definitely the next picture. So it's like clear blue water, clear shallow water, palm trees, white sand. The next picture is, where's this at? I recognize it. Also blue water, but it's got some rocky cliffs around it. This looks kind of like Thailand. I feel like that's Thailand. And the final picture looks like the Pacific Northwest. I'm looking at 2 red canoes and a bunch of evergreen trees and glaciers in the background. I'm feeling like that's a Northwest or Canadian view. So what does it say? Finally pick a view to have while you're eating these kebabs and potatoes with sauce. We're not in Greece for sure. What makes sense? I'm like, you know what? Just because of where I grew up, I feel like I gotta go with the last one. The 2 red canoes this looks like a lake next to a mountain range. It's beautiful, and there's snow in the background. I feel like I gotta go with that. Because all the other pictures are like, oh yeah, they're cute. Like, oh yeah, tropical, I could go to Bora Bora, but like, I don't know. I'm kind of, I mean, I live in California. I've lived here officially now for 3 years, and I mean, I'm palm tree. I'm tropical. I mean, I see palm trees every day in sunshine, so it's not. I'd rather go. Now I'm kind of itching to go somewhere northern and colder, and like, yeah, I'm gonna go with the last one. Okay, when I click the picture, it's gonna tell me which country I belong in based on these choices. So here we go. Boom. Bitch, I belong. It says Spain. That's all it says. Spain, and there's a picture of Barcelona. So, Barcelona. Cater a food menu, and we'll give you a country you actually belong in. Spain. Boom. That was kind of fun. I didn't know what to expect with this. I didn't know if it would be worth my time, and I honestly feel like it wasn't, but we talked about, what did I tell you guys at the beginning? I told you guys a smoothie story about my family making smoothies. I told you guys my opinion about churros. Potatoes with sauce. Did I mention anything about that? I feel like so many. I mean, every. Did I tell? Oh, guys, fun. Okay, here's a story. I'm looking at the pictures of potatoes. Or yeah. My great grandpa, I believe. Great or triple great. He built a potato farm or whatever. Yeah, he had his own potato farm. Like my relatives, my elders, what are they called? My extended, God damn it. My ancestors were potato farmers, and I think they came over from probably England. I don't know. It was called Dean's something in Washington, but yeah, that's kind of my background. I come from a farming background. My family, my extended family, my ancestors, my great-greats, my great-great-grandpas were potato farmers, and that transitioned into dairy farming, and now nobody farms. So, but yeah, that might be there's a fun story for you. We have old videos. I remember for my culture fair project in middle school or something, I had to make a poster board about my family, or I think I did like a family tree thing. What was that? It wasn't the culture fair. I think it was. But I remember my grandma dug up a bunch of old black and white videos of the potato factory, of my grandpa's potato factory, and it showed the assembly line of how they, like, how the potatoes came off the truck onto the conveyor belt, and how there was like a bunch of, I think it was mostly women working. This must have been during the war or something. I don't know. But they had like dresses on too. And they were like sorting the potatoes on the conveyor belt, and then there was like a boxing section. For some reason, black and white videos, I'm sure this is just how things were. This has to do with the frame rate or whatever, but everything looked like it was sped up. But then I kind of thought, I was like, no, these people just worked really fucking hard back in the day, and they just moved that fast. Like, sometimes I see old black and white videos of people like walking through a city in their suit with their briefcase in New York or whatever, you know, those old, and they're like walking kind of fast, everything's moving really fast. I'm like, that's just how people worked hard back then. That's just how fast they moved. People were efficient. But yeah, the conveyor belt potato videos were on display at the culture fair next to my poster board, and I had a bunch of black and white photos glued up there, and there's nothing like a trifold poster board and a 7th grade project like that. I don't know. I feel like that was such a... they're just like... Making a poster board feels like such a pastime. Like, I don't know when I'm ever gonna have to do that again. For a grade? Like, that doesn't exist anymore. Getting a grade on a poster board. God, I'm getting old. It's so weird though. I had that epiphany when I graduated college. I'm like, grades, I don't have to perform for a grade anymore. Like, I perform obviously in other ways, and, you know, for my jobs and stuff, but like, it's not like I have to study for a test and get a grade, like a 90% or whatever. I mean, I guess I have on certain training tests for like for some of my jobs, but I don't know. You guys get what I mean. You go all your life striving for the A. That 95%, that 90, what is it, 94 is an A minus, 95, like, you know, and then it's like one day you graduate college, and then it's like poof. It's so weird. I don't know. Anyways, life's better on the other side, I'll tell you that. I like being an adult. There's so much freedom in just life now, and it feels great. And I like being in the driver's seat and having total control versus having to like live with my parents and having to go through the system and having to do all of these little tasks and check off all these boxes, even throughout college, to like, I don't know. It's like that's what I had to do to get myself to this point, I guess. It's like what we all do. Life's weird like that. I don't want to think too deep, but like, the system. Whoa. We really did that. I don't know. School's crazy. Sometimes when I think about it too hard, I'm like, dude. I think it's not. I'm grateful for my education. I'm grateful that I went to a private school too. I feel like that taught me, or I feel like that I had a lot of discipline when I was really young from teachers, not only my parents, but I feel like the teachers at my private school were really everything about my life growing up was strict and rigid, and I think that was good for me in the long term. And I really learned how to respect adults, and like because I remember going to public school for the first time. Kids in class were so rude to the teachers, and I was like, if I did this at my old school, like, I would be expelled. Like, the way they would talk, I'm like, I don't know. I think that's just something that was expected of us, and it was I just feel like it's obvious to like respect. I don't know, but whatever. Anyways, what else could I talk about? For some reason, I wanted to tell stories about like the cafeteria days in elementary school. What could I say about that? I don't know, just like walking into the cafeteria. The cafeteria in my elementary school was inside of the old gymnasium before we built the new gym, and it always smelled like a gym too when you walked in there. It smelled like gym and refried beans and like hot lunch food and old milk. Because the first thing you do when you walked in that gym to get lunch was pick up your milk, the carton of milk in the silver like cart thing, the refrigerated cart, and we'd all like line up, and you'd walk in, you'd grab, the green one was 1%, the blue one was 2%. You grab, let me think about this. When we would do roll call throughout elementary school, I went to the same school all the way through 8th grade, private school. And throughout the entire time, when we did roll call in the morning, when the teacher did, you would tell the teacher if you wanted a milk or not. Yeah, that was or a hot lunch. So she would log that you were here, and then she would tick next to your name, milk, or I think, yeah, everyone would be like, hot lunch, milk, and you just like hear hot lunch, milk, hot lunch, milk, over and over and over. It grosses me out over and over again every single day. You'd say here, and then your preference of like what you wanted, or pass. I think was pass is neither. But yeah, you'd walk in the cafeteria, you get your milk. I just hate that word for some reason. It's like moist. Actually moist doesn't bother me that much. Milk does. But you'd go through the line, and then if you were getting hot lunch, you would type in your number. Mine was 13202. I still remember. 13202. Enter. And my friend Andy's dad was always the hot lunch man. He always stood at that little computer with the keyboard or like the number pad every single day forever. Like he was there for so many years doing that, and that was like his thing. Like he was like the lunchroom dad, and he would put in your number, and you'd keep walking throughout the line, and then you'd go up to the little counter, and then there was a styrofoam white tray with whatever on it for lunch that day, and then you would take that and go sit down. But just looking back, like, oh my god, the fucking turkey gravy mashed potato lunch with the corn on the side was and the roll was so fucking wrong. Like, it was so here's the thing, I ate it, everyone fucking ate it, it did taste good, it actually kind of tasted good, but the visual of it was so nasty. Like the fucking gravy, like rubber, like ugh. But we would have phases as kids. Like we would go, and there's a couple Mormon boys on bicycles outside. Haven't seen that in a while. They're wearing their white. I know what they're doing. They're biking, and they've got their tie and their button-down shirt on. They're not selling AT&T wireless or whatever the fuck. They're not going door to door selling AT&T. They're selling fucking Mormonism, right? They're trying to. Is that what they do? I don't even know. I just know they go door to door and knock on people. I've had that happen to me before. They knock on the door. They're sweet. They're sweet guys. Actually, the last time I ran into not those two, but back where I used to live, two kids in those outfits came up to my door they offered to help me move. Like, hey, I see that you're moving out today. If you need an extra hand, just let us know. We live upstairs and we can help you if you need help. I was like, that is the sweetest thing. And they actually did. They helped me a lot because they helped me with my big, like 6 foot tall mirror I have. It's stupid that I own it, but it's so hard to lift alone, and I obviously need help with it. So they were sweet and they helped me. But we would go back to what I was saying. We would go in phases as kids. with hot lunches where maybe my parents were super busy and they weren't packing us lunches, or we weren't packing our own, and we would just get hot lunch every single day of the week. And it wasn't that bad. I mean, you kind of just get used to it, and you kind of it's kind of, I mean, I'm a trash panda with food. Like, I'm not a picky eater, but you kind of like you start liking it in a way. I don't know. Anyways, okay, I think I'm gonna end this episode. So I'm moving to Spain apparently, or this based on my food preferences and how I catered this menu. BuzzFeed.com recommends I move to Spain, so that's cool. Again, these are all stupid. All these quizzes are just cheesy, stupid. They make no sense, but I do them anyways, and then I end up talking about school lunches and potato farming, and like I don't even know what else I talked about today, but it helps me come up with topics. And yeah, so hope you enjoyed this episode. Hit that subscribe button. I'm here 7 days a week, and I will talk to you tomorrow. Okay, bye.